Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Nyet, Clutter, to Simplicity. I am Raff and I am sick.
And I'm Anastasia, and I'm also sick. So, what a great day to talk about health.
Yes.
Oh my God. Specifically, let's talk about how minimalism has played a part in our health journeys. So, let's start with a very easy one, and that is, what does a healthy life mean to you?
Okay, so healthy life, I want to talk about mental health, I want to talk about spiritual health, and I want to talk about physical health and everything together. So, healthy life for me, first and foremost, the quality of my relationships. We talked about that in a previous episode. You are surrounded by people that love you back. And I think that's very important. People in your small circle, your family, your friends, your partner, they want to actively be present in your life and you want to be present in their lives. So I think that's very important. Um, Eating well is extremely important. In 2026, it's difficult to stay away from ultra processed foods, but we have to try as much as we can. Having time to rest and recover, and I'm including sleep here. So you need to build some time for yourself to actually just not be on the go all the time and not, I'm always busy, and then filling up your calendar with things that not necessarily add to your life.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you completely, as always. I think I'll just kind of maybe take a different approach to answering this question, but like, I think what a healthy life means to me, and it's been really evident recently since I started a full time job again, and that is to guard myself from artificial stresses. Like, I remember reading Yuval Harari's book, A Brief History of Humankind, and that book confirmed something, a few things that I've been personally thinking about for years. And that's how artificial stresses are in our life. In his book, he talks about how everything that surrounds us is something that we came up with in our brains. It's not like something was created for us. Like, it's the systems, the relationships, the, the fake deadlines at work. All of this was created by us. And then we stress about it, right? And I think about it a lot because, right now it's a busy season, I think, for everyone at work. And I got this like massive wave of stress. And then the other day I was just thinking about how artificial all of this is. Like, if you don't release this by a set date that you set that was a fake date, right? Like, you're stressing out yourself and your entire team, but no one cares. No one cares. If you release this 2 days before, 2 days after, when you release it, I think about it in terms of like, we're all communications professionals, like you, me, and all of our guests that have been on this podcast are all comms pros. And I feel sorry for us, like, because we're working from one release to another, and sometimes you're killing yourself over stuff like that. And then I see some of this like brilliant, great, just like thoughtful work that has been released by other comms pros, and it has like, it's not getting picked up. Like, no one's looking, like no one's liking, no one's reacting, nothing. And and so I think what a healthy life looks like to me is being aware that what's not fake is my husband and myself and my son and our dog and my little family and my relationship to my parents and my friends and my health. And that's what I need to focus on. And then everything else, like I can't be stressing out about these absolutely fake deadlines that no one cares about except at work, that they've been artificially set.
And a job is a job.
A job is a job.
Yeah, it should not be your life, right? Life is much more important than work. Definitely.
Can I go dark for a second?
Sure, we can always go dark here. It's a safe space. I don't know if you noticed the clothes I
wear. I'm gonna go dark, but
Yeah.
I think it's important to go dark, okay? Because I don't think, like, we always talk about stress, but we don't relate it to very difficult moments in our life, because I think people don't want to. Or on this professional social media network that I'm a part of, I saw a post recently by this lady who's like a complete go-getter, like VP in tech company, like different companies, whatever. Like, I looked at her profile. She's truly, like, ambitious and hardworking, clearly, and clearly very smart. But her post, like, the reason why I visited her profile was about how every time she switched jobs to a higher level, more high pace, more stakes, she got cancer every time.
Oh.
And it was different cancer each time. So she switched jobs 3 times. Like she grew within some jobs, and then, but when she switched to a higher level, she got cancer. And I am not a doctor, and I'm not like anyone in the medical field. But what I'm noticing is that we're not talking about the correlation between stress and our health enough. Because people think that, it's okay, it's just temporary stress, and I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna retire and live a full life and whatever. And I'm like, I'm now at this age where I'm seeing people who are 40 plus, like in their 50s and in their 60s, more and more and more, like in my network, and they're going through very difficult health issues. And to me, it's truly a wake-up call, because I think, to me, I decided that I see a correlation between stress and severe health issues. And I know it for myself, because even within my work experiences, there were jobs that were very stressful, and it physically impacted me. I know when I'm stressed because I immediately get like severe stomach aches that I can't even like walk straight. That's how severe they are. And my diet hasn't changed. Nothing has changed, right? Except for stress. So to me, I've realized that a healthy life needs to be a life where I understand what's real and what's a fake environment, where I'm just one of the wheels in this locomotive, and that's that.
There's a book by Dr. Gabor Mate, and the name of the book is "The Body Keeps the Score," and he talks exactly about this.
I love him.
The like autoimmune diseases that just, and he talks about cancer a lot, and a lot of people in the medical community discredit him for that, saying, "Come on, stress doesn't cause cancer."
He is so right. I read that book, and I actually read it on behalf of someone in my family, because they weren't ready to read it.
Right.
So I read it for them, and I was like, yes. If you think that the overwhelming amount of stress doesn't start messing with your body cells, you're delusional.
I completely agree with that.
Okay, so do you think minimalism changed how you invest in your health?
Yes, it did. Because minimalism allows me to focus on what's really important and live with intention. So I definitely prioritize things that are actually important in my life, and I cut off everything that is not important. I don't spend money on things to please people I don't even know, and to impress people that don't care about me or other things like that. So definitely, yeah, I also have more time for myself. So we're gonna get into in the other questions of what do I do to stay healthy, but definitely minimalism has opened space in my mind, my schedule, and my wallet to take better care of myself.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I think, you know how we always say, our podcast is about cutting through the chaos. And it's true, like minimalism is like when you get into this mindset of constantly cutting through bullshit and removing excess, that's in everything. People think it's very like I'm decluttering my closets all the time, but it's truly in everything that I do in my life. It's in my self-care, it's at work, it's in my home, it's in my relationships, it's in my food. Absolutely. I agree
Mm-hmm.
with you completely.
Clutter now is a word that can be used in many different aspects of life. Like in graphic design, we say clutter
Mm-hmm.
when the design has too many pieces. We say this is cluttered. Let's remove
Yeah.
some things.
Yeah.
And it definitely, yeah,
Well, minimalism started as an art movement,
yeah,
right? So it's very visual, but
yeah.
it applies everywhere. What's the one thing you removed from your life that immediately made you feel better?
Okay, so this one maybe is going to be a bit controversial. Alcohol.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yes.
So,
Talk to me about how alcohol affected your life. Why do you put such emphasis and such importance on alcohol specifically?
so when you are a musician and when you play the music I play blues and I play rock, and you listen to the type of music that I listen to, like blues, jazz, rock and roll, heavy metal. Alcohol is a part of everything. Like every idol that you know, every musician that you love, they drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to drink in every rehearsal. I used to drink at every show, and I was a regular musician in several bands. So I was always playing and I was always drinking. And then I would take that to my personal life. I was like, well, if I want to have a good time, I need to be drinking. So it was like a 4 times a week kind of situation that I would get at least a buzz. And then as the years progressed, I would stop and start and stop and start. And then the last time that I got drunk was the last time that I played with my previous band on my 40th birthday. So it was just before the pandemic, and I didn't get wasted. I got drunk, and then after that, the next day, I felt like horrible,
Of
but
course.
horrible.
Yeah.
And I only because this is a thing that people that drink, they say, oh no, but if you only drink high quality products, the next day you're gonna feel great.
Yes and no.
After a point in life, you have drunk so much that even like a sip, right? So that's the day when I decided, okay, let's cut down on the alcohol. So then it started a process of me going down to 3 days, 2 days, one day, and it was fast because of the pandemic. So in the beginning of 2020, I was drinking once a week, and then it was down to one beer. And then one day I was like, why am I still doing this? Why am I having like one beer on a Saturday afternoon at home? This is just weird. So I just stopped. It was gradual. It was not cold turkey. And yeah, I don't miss it. My life is so much better. Like I read somewhere that when you drink, it's the same as not sleeping. You are taking away from your tomorrow. So the actions that you do today are taking away from your performance the next day.
You know, what I'm noticing, and we're gonna talk about it in our next episode when we do like a little Q&A and no buy, low buy check-in. But I've been tracking like my mood basically around my purchases, and what happened was starting January, I also wanted to cut down on alcohol. Now I don't drink like generally because my husband like never drinks, and so it's never like I don't have company to do so. But I did notice that I drank more than I wanted to, and mostly socially, like at work events and stuff. It and because I was already like tracking my mood for my purchases and stuff, I kind of just was tracking my mood for everything I was doing. including drinking. And I was like, I drink when I'm unhappy. Like when I am at a lot, like when I don't want to put in the work to improve something in my life, I just kind of resort to it as a quick, like, pick me up, which is such a like stupid like way to think about it. What's you know, and again, I'm not a drinker or anything like that, but since January, we're like in March now. I think I drank like maybe 4 times, and I regret all 4 of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because that should not have been the path. Like, I didn't need it, and ultimately, I think what's saving me in this situation is that even though I'm just turning 38, alcohol is like doing a number on me every time I drink, and it's just such a physical like illness after that it's really killing all the desire to have even like a sip.
It is poison, after all.
It's poison, and if you watch like any doctor on you, like actual medical doctor on YouTube, if when they're asked what is the number one thing that you should remove from your life, and they all say alcohol.
Yeah.
I mean, smoking is probably on the same level, but like not everybody smokes, but pretty much everybody drinks.
Pretty much. It's the legalized drug that is socially acceptable.
Yeah, it's not good. But my answer is like the one thing that I removed, and it's kind of recent, and it's a very difficult one, and that's people who take away life from me. They take away my energy. And you know, you have these like relationships that you've been in forever. You know, your friendships, your acquaintances, new acquaintances, you know, and I am a giver. So I like to take care of people and make them feel safe and warm, and I like to feed them, you know. I fed you many times. And there are few things that happen. I attract people like myself who are givers, but maybe in a different field, like in a different way. And then there's the second type of people who take it all without reciprocation. Now, I'm not looking for reciprocation necessarily, but when I give and it's a part of like this love moment, it feels really good. And then for everyone involved, but when I give and a person kind of just like not like violently takes, but like roughly takes, you know that you feel that moment.
We've been doing this for a while, I mean, that we kind of know now.
You know, and that's when it feels like you've been robbed. And so for me, it's like a years long path, but I needed to stay on it, and I did, and I feel really good about it.
There's the aspect of the people pleasing that I had a lot, and establishing boundaries and saying this no longer serves me where I am in my life now. So you are gonna go. Thank you for everything. Gratitude. Bye-bye.
Thoughts and prayers. Okay, so how do you upkeep your health?
So I'm gonna go back to my first answer that I talked about healthy life. So loving people that love you, that's very important. Being very invested in your relationships and have great relationships around you. Eat well. When I was growing up, I thought that I needed to eat a lot So like 2, 3 servings every single meal.
Ooh.
And I thought I was going to starve if I only had like a one serving. And now I have a big salad, and that's a whole meal. I don't have breakfast anymore. I have black coffee. And then for dinner, I have a balanced meal. I have a meal service that has like healthy meals and all that.
But it's always protein
It's always
and
protein and there's
carbs,
always
maybe?
vegetables. I try to stay away from ultra processed food as much as I can. I have a thing for cookies and chocolate, so it's like I have a little thing once a day, but I'm cutting that down to
Yeah.
once a day, not after every meal like before. So
Yeah.
that's very helpful. I drink a lot of water. I don't drink soda. I don't drink alcohol anymore. I try to sleep well. I walk everywhere, and we're gonna touch on that on a future answer. I exercise regularly. I go to the gym twice a week. I do yoga. I do meditation. I go to therapy. I journal. I'm learning to be with myself, right? Because only when you love yourself and you are okay in solitude, you are able to love other people. And I truly believe in that. So that's my healthy life. And I listen to music a lot. The music I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is very close to yours, walking everywhere. The gym, I dropped the ball on that because I was too busy. So now I was like, you know what, Anastasia, since you're so busy, I'm going to add your gym time into your work calendar. And now it's
Great
my,
idea.
yeah. And now I'm like, I am busy. This is what I have to do.
Yeah.
And in terms of eating, we talked about that previously. I also try to cut down on processed foods. And we're in this weird place right now in the world where everything is so expensive. The food costs are rising like crazy. And so it feels easier to buy processed foods, especially when you're trying to like feed a family. But I'm like really focusing on clean protein and whatever else we're eating. Like we eat very simple, we eat the same thing. And I always buy a ton of fruit, like apples, bananas, Greek yogurt, berries, eggs, and then we buy beef and chicken. We have a little bit of vegetables. We don't eat a lot of vegetables, but they are present in our fridge. So that's what I would say. And, you know, I try to stick to decluttering. Like, I declutter my home regularly. I declutter my life. I think about efficiency. I think about stripping, not stripping, or like unlayering my life. You know, like an onion, like Shrek and his onion. You know, humans are so multi-layered, and I feel like we grow these layers somehow. Like, you know, sometimes we do that to ourselves. Sometimes they just come to us like from certain things, and sometimes we build it because we want to have extra, or sometimes it's a defense mechanism or whatever it is. But I try to just, I know what my lean and clean life looks like, and I really try to protect it. So I'm really cognizant of everything that comes in, be it a new relationship, be it a new physical item, or a new commitment, new event. Very, very like hyper cognizant of like everything that's coming into my life.
I think the most important thing that if someone can take from this episode is you have to be aware. You have to be aware of yourself and start saying no to things that don't serve you, right?
Yeah,
And then you're gonna have a healthy life.
I think saying yes is also equally important. You know, I don't want to like not give it enough credit. I think some of the best experiences in my life have happened because I said yes. You know, I am the type of person who defaults to no, actually. But an example, like, and that's because I'm introverted, and I don't like seek certain interactions. And even when you messaged me and you were like, hey, let's go for coffee, do you know that my default was like, no.
No.
But
We would not be here.
we would not be here. But then I was like, Anastasia, like, and I learned this more from my extroverted husband, who was like, yes, let's go on an adventure. And I try to think about it this way. And I'm like, okay, what is the worst thing that can happen? Like, okay, I'm just gonna go downtown to this lovely coffee shop and I'm gonna have a good coffee and whatever else happens, whatever. And that is why I had coffee with you.
Yeah.
Like I convinced myself that this could be like a good coffee experience for myself. And you know, that was great.
Yeah.
It worked
Well,
out.
look at this.
Yeah,
Now we're in this lovely adventure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome.
If someone wanted to invest in their health without spending a lot of money, what would you suggest?
I have a great suggestion. It's free. It's called walking. So
Yes.
I walk a lot. I walk to work, and I felt that that was the missing piece in my life, because back in Brazil I would walk to work, and then here in Canada I was either going on public transport or using my car. And then when I moved closer to work and I was able to walk, it's like a 3-kilometer walk one way.
That's great.
So like 35 minutes without snow and then 45 with snow. And yeah, it was the missing piece for me, for my happiness and for my healthy life. Walking with purpose. Listen to music, listen to the music that you love, dance on the street, sing if you want, headbang, air guitar, whatever you want to do. Pretend you're the only person in the world and just walk. Just walk. Yeah, it changes everything.
It changes everything. One of our minimalism YouTubers, Marissa from A to Zen Life, just did an entire video of how she decided to walk 10,000 steps a day. And she did that for 30 days. And she was like, whoa, you guys, this is transformational, right? Like it transformed her life.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I so enjoy walking. It's so hard for me to even put it into words. I wake up really happy actually, because I wake up next to my son and it's a lovely morning. But as we are getting like closer to my son going to daycare and me like starting to work, I feel this wave of anxiety. And this anxiety is not like necessarily bad. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm going to work. Like I have a lot of things to do. Like this is what I need. I'm reminding myself of all the things that I need to get done. And then I feel this tension in my body. But then I have a dog. So my son goes off to daycare with my husband, and then I have to take the dog for a walk. She's a husky. She needs a lot of exercise. So we go long, like Rachel from Friends. And we yeah, like I think I talked about this before, but like the first 10 minutes are quite tense and my mind is still racing about all the things that I need to get done. But by the end of the walk, like my nervous system is completely reset. And I go into work with that mindset that this is not as important as anything else in my life. And again, as the day progresses, I do get caught in this artificial stress, but I sometimes worry about myself and think like, what if I didn't walk? And that makes me like worried, because I'm like, it's, and then in the early afternoon, I have to take a break from work because I have to walk my dog before we go pick up our son from daycare. And again, it's like, I feel like almost like it's like I'm ripping off a Band-Aid or something and I have to walk the dog. But like when I do, it just, again, resets my nervous system. I can't speak highly enough of walking. I think it's the best. Like I think it's the most understated form of exercise, of our mental health, and so on and so forth. Also, some of my best ideas for like creative ideas, they always come from two things: walking and shower.
Yes.
Equally.
Exactly.
Like I
100%.
If you're a creative person and you're not walking, I don't fucking know how you get your ideas.
All right, everyone. This is it. Thank you so much for tuning to this week's episode.
Let us know in the comments if you're on a minimalism journey. Have you noticed a shift in your health?
Don't forget to find us on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Until next time on Nyet to Clutter, Sim to Simplicity, where we cut through the chaos and help you simplify life, work, and everything in between.
Bye.